Hi, and welcome back to the channel, guys. We are continuing Avatar: The Last Airbender. This is Book 1, Chapter 15, titled Bato of the Water Tribe. So we're meeting a new character in this one and getting some more world building, which we've been getting throughout the entire season. And once again, we're just really enjoying each and every episode of Avatar so far. So, unless you have anything?
My stomach is apparently a little bit rumbly and the size of a six-month pregnant woman, but otherwise than that, if you hear thunder, it's just my stomach.
It's just the stomach, all right.
Yeah.
Fair enough. You can, of course, always check out our full-length reactions for Avatar and all the other shows that we're doing on our Patreon page. The link is down in the description below. So, that was chapter 15, Bato of the Water Tribe. And yes, we did meet Bato, but he was actually not, necessarily the centerpiece of the episode.
No.
And what it was all about. He was more, as a catalyst to, get everything going that happened in this one. And Aang's little... like he had to make a choice there and definitely made the wrong one, but he was able to still turn it around. And Sokka and Katara, they quickly realized that no, they of course need to stay together with Aang, and they have a responsibility, right? So I thought this was another really great episode with a lot of good parts in there, and characters getting introduced to some new ones. Bato, as we said, I thought he was a really good character, and it was nice for Sokka and Katara, I think, to just get a little bit of their own culture, feel a little bit of that culture again, and then them knowing that, okay, at least their dad is hopefully okay. He's in the Earth Kingdom, or something like that.
Did he say the Eastern Earth Kingdom?
Eastern Earth Kingdom? Yeah, I think it was something to that extent. But that, he's alive, and it seems like the Water Tribe, even though they have been in battles, obviously, and encountered some firebenders and everything, or the Fire Nation, and Bato got hurt and everything, but they're still alive and kicking and doing what they do.
At least that's the last we heard from them, that they were still alive, but we never know.
That's as far as we know, and I am afraid, of course, that this decision of not going to see their father is they're gonna end up regretting it, because when they do get the chance to actually go, or they don't have to go to the North Pole with Aang, and then it's maybe gonna be too late at that point. Unfortunately, I could see some real heartbreak in that. Like if they do it like that. And then we also met a bounty hunter in this one, or I'm guessing what is a bounty hunter, or like similar to that profession in this world. And her name was
June.
Yeah, and she had an interesting animal that she was riding. What was the name? Sheshu or something. Yeah, that was kind of like a mix between a big predator, wolf or something, and then a mole, or...
Yeah, it definitely had a snout like a mole.
Yeah, and it was only able to see through smell, or using smell to see and to...
That's a bit reptile-like.
Bit reptile-like and also mammal-like, some mammals, and well, dogs to an extent. They use their nose a lot to figure out what's going on around them, and they were then able to counter that in this village, or in the abbey, I should rather say, with perfume. So that came in handy. That was pretty neat. And they got away from Zuko and Iroh. Again. And did Iroh get a little bit smitten by June?
I think so. I think he's a bit of a pervert.
Yeah, there's a little bit of an old pervert there, and
Yeah, but it's so far it's very innocent. We don't know exactly how old June is. Let's just say that she's probably in her mid-30s or something. I don't know.
Yeah, probably. And he just found her like very interesting and probably thought that she was, his type maybe, or like he might be very attracted to women like that who are like very strong and independent and also a warrior type and no nonsense and kind of won't take shit from anyone. And yeah, I think he liked that in her, at least.
She's feisty.
Yeah, I think that's what he's digging about her, her feistiness. And I must say, I am really digging the combat and the fighting when we get that, just the choreography of it all. And we saw that with Zuko and Aang fighting in this one. That was really cool. And, all the moves and their footwork and just how they use their, how they could, Zuko with his firebending and then Aang with both, airbending and waterbending.
Yeah. Of course, why not showcase some of that new knowledge?
Exactly. And he is, as we've established, a very powerful bender. A powerful bender who got a little kiss on the cheek in the end from the girl that he, probably loves. And then Sokka is also stepping up more and more.
Yeah, it seems like he's really engaging in... I don't know if you can say it like that, but he definitely feels like he's building or becoming a little bit more of a leader type person. And he's really evolving as this, great leader. And I think that realization he did, where he said, well, you know what? Aang needs us more than our dad does.
Yes.
So let's go and be there for him because he needs it the most. And I think that was a very nice sentiment, and it was very... Because he actually, delved into his compassion and his empathy. And he felt what Aang went through.
Yes. And yeah,
saw
exactly.
himself in it.
Exactly. And when Bato talked about, being left behind, and then Sokka thinking back and, being left behind by all the other men of the water tribe, and how that made him feel worse than any wound you can get, is just the feeling of not, being with the people that you care for, or the people that you love, your family. So he has gone through a lot of character growth, I think, already in the span of 15 episodes, because he started out as being, the more immature guy, and he was just kind of along for the ride, wanted to seem strong and like he was in control. And at the start, he was always like, well, of course I'm the leader because I'm the oldest and I'm the guy, and that is just how it's supposed to be. And he was focusing on that and not really like, his capabilities as a leader and why he should lead. So especially in this one, he just showed a lot of growth.
Yeah, and we got to get inside of his head a little bit about how he felt when the water tribe or the men sailed off, and he was just left alone. And we also got to learn about their father, in a sense, and how they were just, goofing around him and Bato, and and it's just of course it gives a little bit more perspective for us about what this water tribe is about, of their internal dynamic, or
and their culture and everything.
And especially with Sokka, we got to actually get inside of his head a little bit. We've only so far been inside the head of Aang, I'd say. Or maybe and Zuko, of course, but
like when you're saying like inside their head, is like going back in their past and seeing more of their thoughts and what they're thinking about and what they've been through and everything, to understand them better as characters. And we definitely got that with Sokka in this one. But do you have anything more you want to mention?
Just that Appa really turned its wrath or its anger or its protectiveness.
Yeah. It really, we got to see Appa in protective mode and like, being aggressive and, fighting. And he did a really, really good job. He or she, I think it's a he. Appa is a he. I think
they've
said that before. But either way, Appa, did a great job. But in the end, just not really a match for a creature that can paralyze you with its very long and quick tongue. That's more like a whip. And I guess like that creature and then June, they were kind of similar in like the ways that, in their weapon, with the creature using its tongue as a whip and her using an actual whip.
Yeah. It's like when you say that a dog looks like its master, right? It's a bit like that.
Yeah. That's actually kind of what I was getting at. And maybe we'll see her again, maybe not.
Only time will tell?
Only time will tell. Like, my senses are telling me that we're gonna see her again because she's an interesting character and they just introduced her. And yeah, I don't know. I don't know how they're gonna keep her in the story, though, because if she is a bounty hunter and she has no allegiance to anyone really, like, why should she stick around? But then again, I'm sure Zuko and Iroh, or maybe just Zuko, is going to be like, nah, I'm not going to pay you because you didn't get me what I wanted. You might have found it for me, but that's not... Or maybe he is going to pay her because that is what they asked her to do, is just find it. He didn't say capture. Because that was up to him to capture Aang once they found him. And he kind of failed at that. So hopefully he's just going to do the honorable thing and be like, well, it didn't work out, but thanks for your help anyway. And have some gold. Iroh's weight in gold, I guess.
Yeah. And actually, talking about Iroh, we had a very, very, very short comment from him about death.
Yeah, after the fortune teller kind of asked him.
Don't you want to know your future, handsome?
Yeah.
And then he was just like, well, and I think that was just so wise when he said, well, I only have like one thing left in my life.
That's a mystery. And
I would like to keep it as a mystery.
Yeah. And we can probably surmise, what he's talking about there. And it's not always a fun thing to bring up, but death.
But he was just so sensible about it.
Yeah.
And it felt like he was at peace with it. And it's just, I don't know, because I myself, I'm suffering from a lot of anxiety about dying. I think it just speaks volumes to me that he is so wise.
Yeah.
And even with a very short comment like that, it's just, he once again just, it showed me once again that why he's one of my favorite. If not, he is my favorite character.
Yeah, he's a lot of people's favorite character, I'm sure, and he has a lot of wisdom but also a lot of quirkiness.
Funny. I love him.
He's so funny and always doing these funny little things, and just in the middle of like the action, and like him, for example, just walking up and being like, "Oh, that's really nice. I'm just gonna." Up the sleeve.
Exactly.
And it's like, oh, Iroh, you rascal, but he's just the kind of uncle that you wish you had. Minus, maybe the fire bending thing and everything. But maybe. I don't know.
It could be cool.
But I think that's going to do it for our reaction and review of Avatar: The Last Airbender, Book 1, Chapter 15, Bato of the Water Tribe. Thank you guys so much for watching as always, and we will see you very soon. Bye!
Bye!